Hey guys, how's it going? It's Marvin with Cisco, and today we're going to look at the Cisco Security Connector. The new Cisco Security Connector that Cisco has worked out in partnership with Apple allows your mobile devices, your iOS devices, to provide security to your end users no matter where they are without any hassle. So, how does this work? When traditional devices have required your end users to have built-in or constant running VPNs, proxies, constant authentications, uh, all kinds of hassles basically, and it's made security pretty much unusable. What we want is constant security without burdening our end users. We want security to be transparent to our end users while give complete and full visibility to our security and network admins. The Cisco Apple partnership achieves this by creating APIs, okay? And these API integrations between the iOS operating system and the Cisco Security portfolio of Umbrella and AMP, also known as their Cisco Security Connect, allows you to provide this security easily. Okay, so first things first, you need to integrate with a mobile device manager. Cisco Security Connect is broken up into two parts. It is Umbrella, which is our DNS overlay protection, and Clarity, which is AMP protection. So Cisco Security Connect is broken into two parts. It is the API integration that gives you that visibility for all your apps and all your browsing, whether on any IP address, any port, even IPv6. Okay, gives you all this protection because of the API integration. So even if something is encrypted, we don't care. If something is using a different application, we don't care because we get visibility to that. We can see all the different browsing that happens within a Tor site, or Tor browser, or a other kind of browser like a application that's not really a browser but allows users to go to different sites. Okay, so let's uh, look at a demo and see how this works. Like I mentioned earlier, you need a mobile device manager. If you're familiar with the Meraki line of products, they have a built-in mobile device manager into the dashboard known as Systems Manager. So to integrate with Umbrella or with AMP for this security connector integration, all you got to go do is go to your Meraki dashboard, hit generate an API key. Once you generate an API key, you go to your AMP for cloud, your cloud AMP console, and under accounts go to MDM integration, and in MDM integration you have multiple choices. I'm choosing Meraki, and that key that you generated earlier, all you got to do is paste that key in here. That API key is unique to your dashboard and your organization, so once you generate this API key, you can just copy it and you're good to go. So that's to integrate with AMP. And for OpenDNS, all you have to do is log into your Umbrella dashboard and hit link to Meraki MDM. Copy the same key that you got from the Meraki dashboard, paste it in here, and you're good to go. So this is my dashboard for Marvin, but for this demo, I'm going to use dcloud. If you've never used dcloud, dcloud is a really cool tool that Cisco uses to help our customers understand the value of certain, you know, products, or even provide some sort of training. And as you can see here, we have tons of different, from like Stealth Watch to WSAs, Hyperflex, etc. And all you need to do is talk with your systems engineer from Cisco, and ask for access to some of these sites. All you need is a Cisco CCO ID, a Cisco.com login, username and password. And once you have that, you can log in and you can actually check all this stuff out. So it's really, really useful, and I think you guys got a lot of value out of it, especially if you don't have the time or the ability to build a lab, especially one like this where you have multiple products and you want to, put it on a phone system. It just seems like a lot of work. The dcloud really helps in that scenario. So, without further ado, let's take a look at some of the stuff in this demo. So let me pull the demo here. So in this demo, they've got a iPad or iPad mini, and what we're going to do is we're going to simulate. The story is, okay, user is, sitting at home and talking with a friend, and he gets a link to a bank site, and he clicks on that link because he's like, all right, this is from a friend, this is a link, he's sending me something. And he clicks on it, and without knowing what it is, he could have gotten into big trouble because now he's at home, he's outside the perimeter protection of his firewall and our WSA, etc. Umbrella is working all the time, and because of our API integrations with other products, etc., as soon as he tries to use the web browser to go to any website, he's going to get blocked. So the other site was blocked, as you saw, because of phishing. This site is blocked because of categories, because we're like, hey, this is our company website, and on this company website, we really don't want people going to, gambling websites or certain other categories that we feel is not in the best interest of our organization. So you're blocking it based on that. And then finally, let's look at this one here, ulite.org. And again, it's blocked, and it's just, so the goal here is to create a single policy that follows your users no matter where they are, and no matter whether you're using an iPad or a whatever other computer. So let's look at what information the administrator gets. So as an end user, you're just like, oh, okay, this site's blocked, kind of inconvenient, but hey, at least I'm protected, and I'm not going to get fired. I'm not going to get into trouble for, uh, you know, going to a bad site and losing a bunch of company data. So let's look at reporting now. So this is one of the best features I feel within Cisco Umbrella is our reporting. Besides the fact that it protects you, it gives you a lot of information of what your users are doing. So all the different roaming computers, mobile users. If you link with Active Directory, you get Active Directory information. It tells you what sites were allowed, blocked. This is just a live site, right? So I click on proxied, and I click apply. And now this is showing me all the sites that were proxied. So what does this mean? This means the sites that were deemed okay by OpenDNS for us to go to, but at the same time, they didn't score high enough to allow us to say, you know what, yeah, you can go to this site, it's Google or it's Microsoft. We said, all right, you can go there, but you're going to have to check to see if there's malware, if there's something else on this site that, we don't want to, you're not certain it's a good site. So any of these links here, and the reason it'll tell you like anonymizer, pornography, chat, instant messaging, and it's telling you why it's blocking. It's telling you which user was using it and why it got blocked, right? So now, what's nice about this is if there's a user that's constantly, going to bad sites or and it's not about policing them; it's about helping them. So the scenario, what you're looking for is if a user who's constantly falling for phishing attacks or constantly clicking on every email link that they get or anything they get on Twitter or they see in some other chat, they need to be educated about the dangers of that. So that's where this tool really comes in. It's not a policing tool. You can use it as a policing tool, but the goal here is really to help your organization get even more, uh, you know, secure. So here you get more information. You can filter all the sites visited by Isabella, or you can hit view the domain and investigate. So what this is going to do is basically going to up the investigate website, and it's going to tell you more about ipinfo.com and give you some information, some more, a better idea of why OpenDNS blocked this. And you can scroll down. You can be like, okay, cool. So this site's running out of Germany. We see, okay, there's some associated malware on this site, and otherwise it's not a completely dangerous site, and that's why we proxied it. We proxied it because we were like, all right, you know what? It's not a horrible site. You can go there, but we need to check to see if there is something bad on this website. So that's the goal here. So that was that, and now let's look at the AMP one. So you'll find this very interesting as well. So a lot of times in organizations, users will uh, go to. Oh, actually, that's the wrong one. This is mine. And let me go back to the dcloud one. Give me a second. All right, sorry about that. I just opened up a new page. So you go to iOS Clarity, and the goal here for your administrator is to see what applications are in use anywhere in the organization on any device that is being managed by the organization. That's why you have to tie it in with Mobile Device Manager. So there's a reason for us asking you to tie it in. One is to give you that ease of deployment, but two is to actually be able to tie in at a granular level with APIs, so you can actually see more data than you normally would with any other tool. Okay, so these are the apps that we are seeing, recently observed apps in my organization. Okay, so we're seeing it's on 5 devices. Some of these devices, pretty consistent here. But let's scroll down, and I'm seeing some on 4 devices, some on 5. Okay, so let's keep scrolling. I'm looking for something more like a. Okay, here. So this is what I'm looking for. Something like a Tor powered web browser. So this is a web browser that someone could use to serve Tor websites. Generally not a good idea because, so if you see these two people, 2 devices have it, right? So let's click on app trajectory now to see which 2 devices have it. This is really helpful for you if your organization suddenly takes a security stand, says, you know what, I do not want Tor browsers on any of my managed devices. This will really help you. So this is the um, trajectory of the app on your network, and you can click here. And so this is for the demo iOS 3. And what's nice here is that you can see every single site and port that was visited by demo iOS 3. Okay, and what's nice now is because of this API integration, no matter what app they install, no matter how they try to bypass your company security, they can't because of the tight integration between Cisco Security and Apple APIs. So you look at this, and now you can actually see all the data. And the main reason for this is companies are providing phones to your users, right? And they're providing this so your users can actually get work done and more convenient for users. The danger here, though, is as we trust our users and provide them with these tools for easy access and easy access of company information. It could be client information, it could be financial information. So we have to protect our users not only from the hackers but also from themselves and be like, hey, we noticed that you have a Tor browser, and there's no such thing as incognito mode anymore. We're seeing every single website you go into, and we don't want this browser here because this browser can actually do other things. So this site here, porca.com. Let's take a look at this one. So let's copy. Let's click copy porca.com and check it out and investigate, okay, and see what it shows us. Let's open up OpenDNS. Let's go to investigate, and let's see what OpenDNS tells us about porca.com, right? So it's telling us this domain is currently on the umbrella block list. It's a Trojan, and you got very high levels of AMP here, malware. So it's not a good site. But let's see. Okay, so you're like, okay, so that's what um, that's what you're telling me with OpenDNS. What are other companies saying? So if I can click on search here, and I click on search, I can see who's been using this, what mobile apps are matching this uh, matching this site. And if I click on this link here, I can go and I can see what VirusTotal is telling me about porca.com. I click on full report, and VirusTotal is telling me, Sophos, Fortinet, everyone's telling me this is a malware site. This is a bad site. I do not want to go here. Some companies are saying it's not a bad site, but usually, the big names, VirusTotal, OpenDNS, you want to trust these companies and not let your users go to sites like that. So this is basically how it works. It shows me when I got it, what time I got it, all the different kinds of browsing I've been doing on the different applications that app within that user for that application. So as you can see, this is a really simple, really easy way that you can use to protect your users and allow them the freedom and convenience of using mobile applications, etc., but at the same time protect your organization and its data. And it's just a overall good practice to use something like this, in my opinion. Mobile device management is becoming more and more a requirement as opposed to something nice to have, just because of the threats that exist right now. Users are becoming more and more capable of doing different things and bypassing security, and we need to be able to protect them from themselves in a lot of scenarios. So hope you guys enjoyed watching this video, and thank you.